Welcome to the start of Side 2, and now we return to local news with Joan, who starts with sports.
And the sport I'm starting about is about a sprinter who has received prestigious academy bursary. The junior champ Laviai's fast track to success. Enfield sprinter Laviai Nielsen has been singled out for her supporting achievements and handed a prestigious spot on the 2015 Jaguar Land Rover Academy of Sport programme. Nielsen is in world-class company on the programme with the likes of Jones, who won gold at the Olympic Games in 2012 in London, in Taekwondo, one of the first recipients of the Academy of Sport bursary back in 2010. The 18-year-old, who is the reigning European junior champion over 400 metres, experienced a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity last week as she attended a workshop hosted by World Cup winner Lewis Moody, and also included guest lectures from the likes of Sharon Davis and Maggie Alfonsi on nutrition and mentoring. Only 276 star athletes have been awarded with an academy bursary since 2010, with 35% of Jaguar Land Rover Academy alumni progressing to professional or world-class funding level, which demonstrates the huge potential of Enfield and Haringey AC's Nielsen in the years ahead. I start with cross-country through school, and 2 years ago I did an 800-metre race, which is quite a drop in distance, and my coach, who wasn't my coach back then, came up to me and said, "Have you tried sprinting?" I thought it was too short, as I just come down from cross-country, but he said I should give it a go, and I haven't looked back since. I started training for the 400-metre 2 years ago and have been competing ever since. The Jaguar Land Rover Academy of Sport is an initiative which aims to recognise, celebrate and inspire the next generation of British sporting talent through a world-class mentoring programme. This year, the Academy has provided bursaries to 50 young and inspirational able-bodied and disabled athletes who are recognised as being top of their game. As well as offering financial support, a mentoring and education programme provides these rising star athletes with the non-financial support they need to help them on their road to success. Ambassador Moody, who spent time working with the athletes, is convinced Nielsen has a hugely exciting future. Being mentored as a young athlete is key, said Moody, who helped England claim Rugby World Cup glory in 2003. There's so much information out there which I think I miss as a young man, and all you've got to do is go out and ask the questions. So I tell them all to make sure they never lose the enjoyment of their sport, because if they enjoy something, they will want to be better at it. Laviai Nielsen attended the Jaguar Land Rover Academy of Sport workshop, mentored by Ambassador Lewis Moody and Maggie Alfonsi, and sports aid patrons Danny Crates, Brian Steele, Kerry-Ann Payne. For more information, visit sportsaid.org.uk.
Divine's intervention helped Town keep their hopes alive. Enfield Town were hoping to keep their FA Cup dreams alive last night when they entertained Billericay Town in a first qualifying round replay. Saturday's initial tie had seen Town come from behind against their Ryman Premier Division rivals to secure a 1-1 draw and set up the clash at the Queen Elizabeth Stadium, with a home tie against Ipswich Wanderers at stake for the winners. Bradley Quinton's men have endured a miserable time at Billericay in recent seasons, and it looked like they might be in for another tough afternoon when they fell behind to a goal from Onome Soji on 13 minutes. However, the hosts were reduced to 10 men 15 minutes later when George Bevan was dismissed, and Town made the most of their numerical advantage as Bobby Devine grabbed an equaliser to take the tie to the replay. "I'm pleased with how we kept at it," said manager Quinton. "We missed loads of chances again, and that keeps on happening. A silly mistake cost us for the goal, which was frustrating. We spoke about things at half-time, and I was happy with the honesty of the guys and their work rate. We are building momentum slowly, and we are getting there." The match saw Town had a first start to recently signed striker Harry Ottaway, while there was a return to the side for key central defender Claudiu Vilu, who had been sidelined for more than a month following a hernia operation. Victory last night would give Town an excellent chance of progressing further after Monday's draw for the second qualifying round saw the winners paired with an Ipswich Wanderers side who played 2 levels below them in the Eastern Counties League Premier Division, even though they overcame Ryman Premier Division opposition in Canvey Island on Saturday. "I haven't seen a lot of Ipswich Wanderers, but I'm pleased that it's a home draw," Quinton added. "However, there is no point in thinking about that until we get the job done against Billericay first." Enfield Town returned to league action with home matches against Farnborough on Saturday at 3 p.m. and Wingate and Finchley on Monday at 7:45 p.m.
Now I have a letter here from Vanessa Redgrave, CBE, on behalf of breast cancer. My sister Lynn was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2002. She noticed a large lump in her breast while filming in Australia. I know her first thought was, how could that have gotten there without my noticing it? Her treatment was tough. Chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and surgery. I stayed with her. I saw the day her hair fell out. I saw her mastectomy scars. Sadly, breast cancer came back and spread. We lost Lynn 5 years ago. Every year, 55,000 are diagnosed with this brutal disease in the UK. All of these people need care, support, and information, which is why breast cancer's care work is so vital. They understand the emotions, challenges, and decisions you face every day. Call their nurses free on 0808 800 6000 or visit breastcancercare.org.uk.
And I have a letter from Jane Buckland of Little Park Gardens in Enfield, entitled "Our Trees Are an Asset." I would like to thank Councillor Daniel Anderson for his reply to the Enfield Independent and Enfield Council for their reply to my complaint. I can see the crux of the matter is the old policies are used to maintain our highway trees. I do not agree that the trees like it rough, as Councillor Anderson's arboriculturalists would have us believe. It's a miracle they come back the next growing season with what our mature trees have had to put up with. They are busy sucking up all the carbon from car pollution and providing habitat for the nature we enjoy around us. Each mature tree gives enough oxygen each year for 2 people. Trees on our roads have been proven to make us happier and increase the value of Enfield's properties. I say let's go gentle with the trees and encourage the urban tree canopies and preserve the older veteran trees. The Council's reply has given me assurance that before any action is taken on the trees, all residents and all interest groups will be consulted with in the future. But also states more trees are to come down in Cecil Road, which of course no one is happy about. I would call on the Environment Department to test your identified diseased trees again, please, because they are looking scraggy from their recent treatment, but happy at the moment. Please give them a chance. It was noted the Council's letter stated the town and Grange Ward councillors had been consulted prior to the removal of the tree canopy and felling of the trees in Cecil Road. Their silence has been very loud to us residents, and silence is always understood as agreement, so I am assuming this got their approval. Councillor Anderson has been the new lead on environment, waste and transport since May this year. I always believe a new broom sweeps clean. We are all pinning our hopes on Councillor Anderson to adopt newer, wide-ranging environmental policies which will take care of our trees and nature and spread a little happiness and health in the borough. I urge everyone who is interested in living alongside nature to look at the Nature and Wellbeing Green Paper supported by the Wildlife Trusts and the RSPB found online. I invite residents to continue the debate on Save Enfield's Trees Facebook group or email me at janesaid@hotmail.com.
Now we're coming to the list of events, enjoyable events being held in the borough. And we have a list here headlined Where to Go and When. And it's all been scheduled so that Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday are all separate events to which some of you would like to go. Unfortunately, they haven't put the date down, so I'm anxious that you should make sure that if you want to go to any of these, you check the date. So on Thursday, the Neil Diamond Story at the Millfield Theatre, Silver Street, Edmonton, is a one-man show by singer and guitarist Bob Drury. Tickets are £16 to £17, and the box office number is 0208 807 6680. Now we go to Friday. Roy Orbison and the Travelling Wilburys in the Millfield Theatre, Silver Street, Edmonton, at 7:45 p.m. It's a tribute night with Paul Hopkins and six-piece band. The tickets are £19 to £20 and concessions £17 to £18, and the box office number again is 0208 807 6680. Then we come to Friday and Saturday. These are things that are happening on both nights. Collateral Insanity, Dugdale Centre, London Road, Enfield Town, 1:30 p.m. and on the Friday 7:45 p.m. and on the Saturday 7:45 p.m. Written by Shirley E. Mason, also known as Cuban Red, inspired by the life and music of Will Smith, and produced by the Burning Flame Foundation. Their tickets are £14 to £15, that's £9 to £10 concessions, and the box office is 0208 807 6680. Then the other one on Saturday, different times, are Joe Collins and Friends, Chicken Shed Theatre, Chase Side, Southgate, 8:30 p.m. The singer-songwriter, who is Chicken Shed's director of music, backed by her in-house band. The tickets are £9 to £11, and the box office number is a different one, 0208 292 9222. Then you come to Jerry Cross, the Mersey, Millfield Theatre, Silver Street, Edmonton, 7:45 p.m. All the hits mixed with stories, jokes and anecdotes. The tickets are £19 to £20, concessions 17 to 18, and the box office here is 0208 807 6680. Then you come to Tuesday and Wednesday. Funny Money, Dugdale Centre, London Road, Enfield Town, 7:30 p.m. Also 2:30 p.m. matinee, Wednesday and Saturday, with Ray Cooney's comedy presented by G&G Productions. The tickets are £15 to £16 to £14 to £15 concessions. And the box office is 0208 807 6680. And Wednesday, The Magic of Motown, Millfield Theatre, Silver Street, Edmonton, 7:45 p.m. The Reach Out Tour features the music, the moves and the costumes, and the tickets are £25 to £26, and the box office number 0208 807 6880. Enjoy it.
And I have a what's on. It's the Enfield at War Open Day. It's on Monday the 21st of September. It's being held from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and the venue is the Enfield Local Studies Library and Archive at Thomas Hardy House on the first floor, 39 London Road, Enfield EN2 6DS. And if you attend the open day, you'll be able to drop in and share any World War II memories you may have, search for wartime ancestors online, learn more about the Enfield at War project, you can view the new touchscreen interactives, pick up one of the new wartime heritage walking trails, view the new World War I books of remembrance, and also have a look at the local wartime photo database. It's a free event, and if you want more information on the project, please go to the Enfield Council website at www.enfield.gov.uk/local studies.
Well, now we come back to the general local news. And I'm going to start about a young man, a student, who is still missing after 7 years. A fresh appeal has been made for information in a bid to find a young man who went missing after visiting a friend in Enfield 7 years ago. Alex Slowley's family has not heard from him since midday on July the 11th, 2008. The accountancy student was just 16 at the time and had little money on him, nor a wallet, nor spare clothes to indicate he was planning to run away. PC Dan Lewis from Islington Missing Persons Unit said, Alex has been missing for over 7 years, and this is a very distressing time for his family. Inquiries are continuing, and we are keen to speak to anyone who has any information about Alex, both prior to and since he has gone missing. It is important for us to build a picture of events leading up to Alex going missing, so that all lines of inquiry can be followed up. We are hoping that this reappeal will trigger someone's memory so that they can come forward with new information, and I urge anyone with information on his whereabouts to call us immediately or speak to Crime Stoppers anonymously. I would also appeal to Alex. If you are in any kind of trouble, we can help you. Just call your family or the police to let us know you are safe. Alex is described as a light-skinned black man and 5'5" tall, of medium build and with striking blue eyes. Anyone with information should call Islington Missing Persons Unit on 0207 421 0185 or the charity Missing People on 116,000 quoting references 08 MISO 18876.
And now a story about bees, entitled They're Unbelievable. The bees' knees might not be how all residents view the borough, but thanks to fragrant flowers and pretty plants, a country estate has won praise for fulfilling bees' needs. Forty Hall Park in Forty Hill in the north of the borough was awarded a Commendation Bees Needs Award by Green Flag to celebrate the work which the estate has done in cultivating a haven for bees and insects in urban spaces. Judges were impressed by the work that the Friends of Forty Hall and Enfield Council had done in planting specific species of plants that attract pollinators, such as bees, as well as the careful management of the grounds, which has created a space for the bees to thrive in. The park was also given credit for creating special winter habitats for bees and putting on workshops for school children that emphasise the importance of bees to our ecosystem. Daniel Anderson, Cabinet Member for Environment, said, "Our lives and the world would be a very different place without bees. Bees are the main pollinators of flowers and crops, and our modern food system relies upon them. Unfortunately, nationwide, bees are in steep decline, which is mainly due to the loss of habitat, but also because of the pesticides that are being used. I am therefore delighted to see that the sterling work being undertaken at Forty Hall to help promote bees is having an impact, and that Green Flag have recognised this." Joanne Brown, from the Friends of Forty Hall Park, said, "The Friends of Enfield Council and the gardening staff at Forty Hall have been working really hard to make Forty Hall Park bee-friendly. When we plant and cultivate the grounds, we are always thinking about what plants would make it easier for bees to pollinate and thrive, and our education projects, teaching children about why we must protect and encourage bees, will make the next generation continue the conservation effort."
Meridian Water Blueprint offers vision for the future. Council bosses have revealed their vision for the regeneration of the southeast of the borough. The Meridian Water Redevelopment Project covers 85 hectares of land on former industrial land owned by British Gas. The council has a dream, and that dream involves decontaminating the land where gas silos once stood and creating 8,000 new homes on land sandwiched between industrial estates and the North Circular Road. Earlier this year, the area was awarded housing zone status by the Mayor of London's office, giving the council greater freedoms when considering applications on the land. The land has been bought outright by the council. 5 housing developers have been shortlisted to work as the council's master developer on the project. And Network Rail is on board with bringing more high-speed trains to a new station to replace Angel Road. Council chiefs have been voicing concerns for years about the impact that a lack of social housing, combined with rent hikes and housing benefit caps elsewhere in the capital, has had on Enfield's housing stock. Ahmed Okiena, the Cabinet Officer for Housing, told the Advertiser, "In big developments like this, sometimes the master developer can sell out the whole map before they start. They can go to Japan or wherever and they can just sell it one. But if the local authority says to them, that's not what we want to achieve, that we want to achieve local homes for local people, they will not advertise it overseas or elsewhere but at home, where we want the market for this to be." Peter George, the Council's Regeneration Manager and Director, said that one way they're looking at are the ways of looking at ensuring that property is sold to one person. "We were worried about other boroughs buying up all this housing stock, as that would mean we would lose control and we would not be able to ensure the properties go to local people. Nobody outside of the borough can buy blocks to place people in. That's quite deliberate. Not all the properties will be social and affordable housing, and Mr. George said that part of the development would have to be on the higher end of a price scale in order to fund the social and affordable homes in the development. If we get this site right, it will create a place for the whole of London, not just Enfield. That will create value, and we will use that value to invest in more affordable housing."
We have now reached the end of our programme for this week. Thank you for listening. So, from the team of
Joan
and myself, Rod, with Colin on the controls, it's goodbye.
Bye.